Today at the Malamata market, simple thing to check out the price of foodstuffs today. Already we've heard Isoko mention that the price of food crops these days has gone up by as much as 300%. Question is why? Is it true on the market? Are people able to buy them or not? We're here to find out what the situation is and how bad it's affecting people. Coco sells tomatoes here at the Makola market here in Accra. She will explain to us what the problem is. What on toast? Now, this is jump to say.
They're training your plan. Yeah, boy did too much.
Okay, what's the boy did too much? But first January, auto carton of toast are not auto the same.
No more than my 2 million. 2 million or 2. Now, says 9 million, 8 million. Yeah, to almost to me talk paint 400, 35. People be stop and no call. Until a panic almost a year, Lola Fair, and blood down Kakra.
Focus at 300, 400. It's bucket way saying
440
cedis. 40 Ghana cedis. First time competition we say in January. 9
cedis.
9 Ghana cedis. So here's the thing. Coco explains that for the things they're selling here now, for tomatoes especially, it's gone up. I was even thinking 300 cedis, but it's more than that. Initially, you have a box of tomatoes for somewhere around 200 to 220 Ghana cedis. Now you're talking 800 to 900 Ghana cedis for a carton. That will translate into a bucket, which we'll buy every day. This bucket will have gone for somewhere around 9 cedis per bucket for this. Today we're buying it at 40 Ghana cedis. Into Ubusai say, Adiene Buona Costro, Adena Emane Costro.
Maybe say almost a Lola Fair. Lola Fair Quano Muka, Munkash in today. And almost also the boy Edding. Omen Baba Church and Yaman Kitty bedroom. Into bed none left and I baby. Into a mad and the boy and to me Tom Maye. So
Coco explains that even with what she's selling now, because you know tomatoes is a perishable product, it takes just small time before it begins to rot. And there's quite a bucket full of this tomatoes which is going bad. Why? Because many are unable to buy because of the driving cost. They're told that the reason for this increasing cost is transport. That's the main reason why we're seeing the price of tomatoes go up by this much. We'll check out the other commodities which are driving a lot of cost and increasing on the markets today. This woman here sells onions here at the Malamata market. Good morning to you, madam.
Good morning.
And thanks for speaking to us this morning. Tell me, at the start of this year, how much were you buying a bag of onions and how much is it going for now?
It's now 2.2, 2.4 per bag.
Per bag. And first, how much was it? In January, how much were you buying it for?
It was 121415.
Do you know why the price has gone up?
They are saying about the sifa.
So what? They bring it from other places?
They bring it from Niger.
Has it affected your business? Are people able to come and buy?
Oh, they are buying small. They are buying. They understand.
They understand. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, is it your wish that it could have been a little less so people can afford and buy a bit more of it?
Oh, when it's down, it's better. But now it's going up. There's nothing that we can do.
Okay. So from 1.2 in January, it built up to 2.4 now.
Yeah.
Now to one of the commodities that many have been talking about today, it's cassava. For the fufu lovers like myself, we're worried about how the size of what we get in our bowls has reduced significantly, or we are paying a bit more for a bigger chunk. Question is why? Let's see the price of cassava today on the market. And first, now autumn, what are saying? Let's see what you're saying.
First, that for me, it to be 3 million, only 2.5. It depends on the share. They say maybe 1.5, 1.8. As I say, I feel banching on one to yenti. Banching on bo. Into my price no cry. I don't never share.
Okay, so she says that for a bag of cassava in the past, it will go from between 2.5 to 4 million, but now it's around 1.5. the price for the sack may have reduced, but if you look at what is in the pack that they are selling today, the quality is compromised, and so you're finding it very difficult to sell off cassava these days. Inti, you see, I was trying to say, so what should I say? Say now, OJ.
Let me give away 5, wait 10.
First, not what should I say? Cassava.
Me give 10 cedi.
First at 10. You see how you saying?
5 cedi.
But no crown, so be cock bar, minion and papa mudia.
Eh, wait for. Uni asembiano.
So, it's a bona question on buffalo. So,
I said, you so pity I can't tell you. About
first, I'm empty and I send an out on.
Let me turn on 10 cedi.
You see, out on 5. Okay. So, meaning, in just the last few days that we've seen rains, she's saying that the price has gone down a bit, marginally. But the challenge still remains about the crop yield for cassava. And so it's difficult getting the right quality in abundance for people to buy. So, Monica just bought some food stuff. Monica, good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
By God's grace.
What are you shopping to go and cook?
I'm going to prepare bangkok with okra stew.
Bangkok and okra soup.
Yes.
You've been to the market since the beginning of the year up until now. Have the prices gone up?
The prices have gone up, and if you don't have a customer, it means you have to spend a lot on the food stuff.
How much did you used to spend before to prepare such a meal, and how much do you spend?
Oh, we have a food joint, so we bring 3 million from the beginning of the year. But now, when you come, you have to bring money. You have to bring an amount of 400 instead of 300.
So where these food crops we saw at the Malamata market end up, the food that is prepared for us to eat, and here at Heavy Duty Choba, it's one of the places where many come to eat. I'm sure they've been paying a lot more these days. Let me speak to the one who runs this place. Madam, good morning.
Morning.
Now, in the Maboko, no pedia.
This one don't be amboko.
Na yakomalata. You say into onions, any banchi, costro. Saying na enyam wa ha.
Enya ye pa. Enkan kwa ne banche ne body no. Eno de ne boy den pa. Banche onu aso a enye. Ne boy den. Onu aso so a enye. Tinsese ama ye bibia ye ayama ye kura. Ye ton ade a ye hu so papa.
Na first nkan me babeto fufuo 2 cedi na etesen sisi etesen.
Oh, na so. But they say 2 cedis near 5 cedis. Say 2 cedis near 5 cedis. Because anyane sa into me and
so she explains that things have become difficult in view of the increasing prices. Now the small morsel of fufu you would buy for 2 Ghana cedis now goes at not 3, not 4, but 5 Ghana cedis, and it's because they say if they don't go that way they might run out of business. It's become increasingly difficult for people to afford what they used to. They are willing to pay a bit more. Considering the general problem we're seeing today, the food may look good, the smell may be great, but the cost in paying for a bowl of fufu, soup and meat has now gone up. From Heavy Do, where I'm smelling something beautiful, I'm Francis Avan here for Joy News. So that's what I found today from the Malamata market. From the foodstuffs that are being sold up until where the food is prepared. Fufu, the clear example, where you have all the key ingredients in of tomatoes, the cassava as well, and then all these commodities whose prices have gone up in the past 5 months by over 300%.